students. Welcome to the IGCSE online sessions. This is Mr. Charles and I'll be with you for the first lesson of week 4. Please go to your course book, page 148. Diamonds are forever. Let's read together. Selecting a diamond. When selecting a diamond, the following 4 C's criteria is used. Nature dictates the characteristics of color, clarity, and carats, whilst cut is directly influenced by humans. Carat is a standard unit of weight for diamonds. 1 carat equals 0.2 grams, and 100 points equals 1 carat. The price of diamonds does not increase linearly with weight. There are various weights above which there is a steep increase in value. The most notable transition is at 1 carat, where the highest quality diamond will cost significantly more than an equivalent diamond quality weighing 0.95 carats. Clarity relates to a diamond's relative freedom from inclusions and blemishes. These inclusions can compromise of cracks, carbon spots, minerals, and bubbles, and originate when the diamond is forming in the earth. When light enters a diamond, it is reflected and refracted out. If there is anything disrupting the flow of light in the diamond, such as a crack, a proportion of light reflected will be lost. The highest grading is FL, flawless, followed by IF, internally flawless, then VVS, very, very slightly included, then VS, very slightly included, SI, slightly included, and PK, or included, often visible to the naked eye. Color. This refers to the intensity of color or lack of color in a diamond. Colorless diamonds are graded alphabetically from D, while descending alphabetical letters all the way to Z are assigned to increasing amounts of gray or brown coloration. D-colored diamonds are the most valuable in the white range. Colors that fall beyond Z enter into the category of fancy colors. They are assigned descriptive names, such as fancy intense yellow or fancy vivid purplish pink. With fancy colored diamonds, the more intense the color, the greater the value. An intense colored stone is of much greater value than a D colorless diamond because of its relative scarcity. The cut refers to the overall proportions and symmetry in transforming a rough diamond to a polished diamond. These factors affect the brilliance and scintillation, that is fire, of a diamond. A well-cut diamond will reflect light internally from one mirror-like facet to another, dispersing it through the top of the stone. Cuts that are too deep or too shallow lose or leak light through the side or bottom, affecting the diamond's brilliance. The most common cut for a diamond is round brilliant, for which specific proportions and facet arrangements have been accepted by the diamond industry. There are various shapes of diamonds in jewelry designs, including baguette, emerald, heart, marquise, oval, pear, princess, radiant, triangle, round single cut, and round brilliant. Les Idées La Rona, Our Light from Under the Ground, page 149. Let's continue reading. What makes something valuable, expensive, priceless? The answer has to be its rarity, its exclusivity. Take the case of a diamond, a lump of stone from out of the ground. The largest rough diamond to be found in more than 100 years came up for auction at Sotheby's in London on the 29th of June. At 1,109 carats and roughly the size of a cricket ball, this historic find makes all other gems look diminutive. Furthermore, it has been identified by the Gemological Institute of America as possessing exceptional quality and transparency. Basically, it makes just about every other gemstone look ordinary, if not plain dull. Lesi di la Rona, which means our light in the Swana language of Botswana, was offered for auction in a standalone sale because, as Sotheby's Jewelry Division Chairman David Bennett said, it is the find of a lifetime. No rough, even remotely of this scale, has ever been offered before at public auction. Bennett's words are not hyperbole. This spectacular gem was unearthed last November in the Lucara Diamond Corporation's Karwa mine or Karo mine in Botswana, provoking firstly astonishment as it was separated from the rubble, then joy and exultation. The last such momentous rough was discovered in the Cullinan mine near Pretoria, South Africa, in 1905. Named the Cullinan diamond, it was presented to King Edward VII as a 3,106.75 carat rough, then cut to yield 9 polished diamonds of exceptionally rare quality. One of these stones became known as the Great Star of Africa and was set into the royal scepter. The other 8 became part of the British crown jewels. The Great Star of Africa held the record of being the largest D-colored diamond for nearly a century, but it will have to relinquish that title now because Lesi di la Rona has the potential to produce the largest top quality diamond ever cut and polished to date. This discovery should make us think, however, not just about its material worth, but its value as an element of nature. Spare a moment to consider that it has taken 3 billion years ago to bring this piece of carbon to the surface. Think about how it was first formed in the depths of the Earth's mantle as a result of compression and crystallization. Try to imagine how pressure from the rock above and the terrific temperatures at the Earth's core came together to produce this stone. Its creation is barely fathomable, which is why this diamond, any diamond, should be perceived as a wonder of nature and not merely an item of conspicuous consumption to be worn by men and women. Difficult vocabulary. Each word with its part of speech, synonym and or definition. Linearly is an adverb and it means by the same amount. Blemishes, plural noun, and it means flaws or defects. Refracted is a verb and it means to change direction when entering an angle. This is what happens to light when it enters the diamond. The light hits a couple of angles inside the diamond and it changes its direction upwards. Scarcity is a noun and it means the shortage. Facet is a noun and it is the surface, the top layer. Dispersing is a verb and it is the scattering. Diminutive is an adjective and it means very little, very small. A mantle, the mantle of the earth, is a noun and it means cover or surface. Fathomable is an adjective and it means comprehensible or understandable. Momentous is an adjective and it means critical, of great importance. Rough here is used as a noun and it is the raw, hard material before it is cut into the diamond that regularly shaped. Yield is a verb. In this context, it means provide. Scepter is a royal wand usually carried in occasions by kings, celebrations. Exaltation, it's a noun and it means pleasure. Relinquish is a verb and it means to stop doing, to give up. Conspicuous is an adjective and it means notable. Question page 149 at the bottom, writing a summary. According to the writer of Les de la Rona, Our Light from Under the Ground, what makes this stone so special? And why is the news of its sale is so important? So you have to write a summary in regards to what makes this stone so special and why there is much circulation of news of its sailing. You should write in continuous form, not in bullet points, and your own words as far as possible. Make your summary not exceed 100 words. Now you may pause the video and then come back to see if you included the following points in your summary. First, you have had to mention that it is the largest rough diamond found in almost 100 years. Second, you have had to mention that it makes other gems look small in comparison, or it makes other gems look small in comparison. 3, you have had to mention that its sale is a major event and that it is a find of a lifetime. The existence of a quotation, one singular quotation, supports your summary. You have had to mention that when it was found, it caused many celebrations around the town. Such a big stone has not been found since 1905. This is the 100-year span. And that the stone was identified by Gem Institute in London as being exceptional. Your points or your wording does not have to be identical to this, but more or less, if you included most of those points, then your summary is fine. No buyer for once a lifetime diamond, page 150. Let's read this news report together. The La Sida La Rona, the second largest rough diamond ever found, failed to sell at Sotheby's auction house yesterday. With the name meaning our light in the Swana language, the tennis ball sized gem was not able to light up the sales floor at Sotheby's, no doubt leaving its owners feeling rather gloomy. The 1109 carat diamond, which was discovered last November, had a reserve price of $70 million. The reserve price, as written in the book, is the base price that the owner of the item do not go lower than. On that day, bidding reached $61 million, leaving the gem unsold, because it is still less than what the minimum amount the owners required. The gem or the diamond was not sold. The La Sida La Rona, and the largest diamond to be discovered in more than 100 years. Described as the find of a lifetime by Sotheby's jewelry chairman David Bennett, the diamond was excavated in Botswana at a mine owned by Canada's Lucara Diamond Corporation. Both the corporation and Sotheby's will undoubtedly be disappointed by the result of this auction. No one had attempted to sell a diamond of this size at an auction before, and after yesterday's events, it's unlikely that anyone will ever try again. You have an assignment to compare between the texts on page 149 and 150. They both talk about the same diamond, Lezidi Larona, and they talk about the conditions of its finding, the conditions of its rarity, and what happened in the auction, or how people dealt with this diamond. You need to compare between the two texts in terms of the layout, the formatting of each, the style and register, the way the writer addresses the reader in each, and content, what is in the report. Is there any difference in the information reported, or is it identical? And the use of language, diction. Compare in bullet points or in bullet point form, and we will discuss this in the next lesson. Thank you very much for listening. We're done for today. Stay safe and keep up the good work.